welcome to our 5th grade English lesson. Hello. Today we will go on our exercises, students book exercises about Unit 6, City Life. Please open your eyes open students book page 66. 5. sınıf İngilizce dersimize hoş geldiniz. Bugünkü dersimizde 66. sayfadaki reading part'ı okuyup bunlarla ilgili alıştırmaları çözeceğiz. Now we can start. Firstly, I want from you, look at these photos. Look at these photos, please. Look at this map and these photos. Can you see the photos? There are some people and some pictures about gladiators, about volcano, about amphitheater, and about ruins. Do you know where is Pompeii? Where is Pompeii? Yes, Pompeii is in Italy. Now look at exercise 1, please. Exercise 1. Look at the pictures. Where is Pompeii? Can you find these things in the pictures? Ruins. What does it mean, ruins? Ruins means, in Turkish, harabeler, kalıntılar. Gladiator, in Turkish, gladiator. Volcano, volkanik dağ anlamı. Eruption means in Turkish, patlama. Ash means in Turkish, kül. Amphitheater, You will find these things in the pictures. Now look at here. There are pictures and their numbers. You will match the pictures with the numbers, with the words. And look at here, ruins. Which number? Ruins. Can you see the ruins? Yes, number 1. Eruption. Can you see the eruption? Gladiator. Number 3. And volcano. Number 4. And there is a volcano in here. Eruption. Number 5. There's eruption in here. Ash. Can you see the ash? These are ash. And 6. An amphitheater. Look at amphitheater. And amphitheater is 2. Please write these words in the pictures. Check your answer, please. I close it. Now you will answer this question. Where is Pompeii? Pompeii is in Italy. Pompeii in Italy is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Don't forget that. Pompeii, UNESCO'nun Dünya Mirası listesindedir. Bunu unutmayın çocuklar. Önemli bir yere sahiptir. For example, I want to ask some question about Pompeii. What do you know about Pompeii? Do you know something about Pompeii? If you know something about Pompeii, please say say before I say it to you. For example, Pompeii is on the west coast of Italy. Right now there are ruins, and once upon a time there was gladiator, volcano, and amphitheater in there. Okay, now we will read this reading part, then go on our exercises. Look at the map. This is Pompeii. Pompeii is in Italy. Now we will read the text. In AD 79, Pompeii was a large town in Italy with a population. Population, what does it mean, population? Look at here, population. Population means in Turkish, nüfus. Please write the meaning of population. Of about 20,000. On the evening of August 24th, there was a big volcanic eruption. I will say you the eruption meanings of before. What does it mean, eruption? Eruption means in Turkish, patlama, blooming. Now write the meaning of eruption. The eruption destroyed the town. Destroyed, what does it mean, destroyed? Destroyed. Destroy means in Turkish, yok etmek. Write the meaning of destroy, please. Okay, this is how Pompeii looks today. This is how Pompeii looks today. Look at the picture. It's an open-air museum. Open-air museum in Turkish. Open air. You can guess the meaning. Open-air museum. Open, açık. Air, hava. Museum, müze. Açık hava müzesi. And it's very popular with tourists. The town is in ruins. I've said the ruins means before. Ruins means in Turkish, harabe. Please write the meaning of that. But you can still see the remains. Remains, what does it mean, remains? Remains means in Turkish, kalıntılar, kalıntı. But you can still see the remains of the ancient streets and houses. Ancient. Ancient. Ancient. Can you remember ancient? Ancient means antik. Eski anlamına geliyor. Lütfen özellikle üstünü çizdiğim kelimelerin anlamlarını yazmanızı istiyorum. You can still see the remains of ancient streets and houses. You can imagine. Imagine means hayal etmek in Turkish. Life 2,000 years ago. You can also see people preserved by boiling. Volcanic boiling. By the boiling. Boiling means in Turkish çok sıcak, kaynar. Volcanic ash. Ash means in Turkish kül. Volcanic ash, volcanic kül. With terrified expression on their face. Terrified means in Turkish çok korkutucu. Dehşete düşmüş. Terrified expressions on their face. Ne diyor? Yüzlerindeki dehşete düşmüş ifadeleri görebilirsiniz. Yani burada bir volkanik patlama olduğundan bahsediyor. Bunlardan dolayı insan bu volkanik patlamanın külleri onları yakıyor ve bu yüzlerindeki ifadeye yansıyor. Before the eruption, Pompeii was a very busy town. Very busy town. And the people were rich. There were shops. Squares, what does it mean, squares? Meydan, schools, and markets. There was an enormous amphitheater. Enormous, what does it mean, enormous? Enormous means in Turkish, kocaman, çok büyük. Please write the meaning of enormous. A type of sports stadium. The amphitheater was very important places in the town. On special days, it was full of people, gladiators, and lions. It wasn't a very safe place to go. Now, we read this reading part, then we will pass our exercise. You need exercise to read the text and check your ideas.
CD2, track 14.
Firstly, we will listen the reading part, check our ideas.
Listen and check.
Pompeii. In AD 79, Pompeii was a large town in Italy, with a population of about 20,000. On the evening of August the 24th, there was a very big volcanic eruption. The eruption destroyed the town. This is how Pompeii looks today. It's an open-air museum, and it's very popular with tourists. The town is in ruins, but you can still see the remains of the ancient streets and houses. You can imagine life 2,000 years ago. You can also see people, preserved by the boiling volcanic ash, with terrified expressions on their faces. Before the eruption, Pompeii was a very busy town, and the people were rich. There were shops, squares, schools and markets. There was an enormous amphitheatre, a type of sports stadium. The amphitheatre was a very important place in the town. On special days, it was full of people, gladiators and lions. It wasn't a very safe place to go.
Fact: about 2.5 million tourists visit Pompeii every year. It is often called the City of the Dead.
Okay. Now we will read it. We will listen to text and check our ideas before. 1 ruins, 2 amphitheaters. 1 ruins, 2 amphitheater, 3 gladiator, 4 volcano, 5 eruption, 6 ash. Look at exercise 3, please, firstly. Look at, are the sentences true or false? Correct the false one. There's a large volcano near Pompeii. Is that true? Yes, that's true. We will write here true. Number 2, look at number 2. There are a lot of museums in Pompeii. Is that true or false? This is false. There is one, but there's an open air museum. Sorry for that. There is an open air museum. False. You can look 3. You can still see a lot of the old town. You can still see a lot of the old town. Yes, that's true. And look at 4. The amphitheater is often full of lions and gladiators. This is false, because the amphitheater was full of people, gladiators and lions, not just lions and gladiators. It was full of people, gladiators and lions. Now check your answer, please. Okay, I'll pass this exercise. Look at exercise 4, please. Extreme adjectives. Aşırı sıfatlar. Look at here. Look at the text. Find the words which mean. For example, very big. You will find the words in the text in the same meaning. For example, very big. Very big. What does it mean very big? Kocaman. What does it mean kocaman in English? I said before to you. Yes, enormous. This is enormous. Very big, enormous. And very old. Çok eski. What does it mean very old? Antique. In Turkish, antique. Ancient. Yes, very old, ancient. Right, the next very old, ancient, please. And very hot. Very hot. Can you remember that kaynar in Turkish? Kaynar, kaynayan, çok sıcak in the text. Boiling. Yes, right here. Sorry for that. Right here, boiling. Now, very scared. Very scared. Çok korkmuş. Very scared. Scared, korkmak. Çok. Yes, terrified. Terrified means teşhide düşmüş, çok korkmuş. Please write the words, the extreme adjectives next to the words. Okay. Now look at exercise 5, please. Complete these sentences with the words above. You will complete the sentences with the words above. Uch. Number 1, look at number 1. Enormous, ancient, boiling, and terrified. Enormous, which one? Enormous. Okay, firstly we will read the sentences. I can't eat this soup. I can't eat this soup. It is boiling. Ne diyor? Yemiyorum. Çok sıcak. And number 2, the new sports stadium is blah blah blah. It can hold 80,000 people. Yes, that can be big, very big. What is very big? Enormous. There is an blah blah blah castle in my town. Very old. What does it mean, very old? Ancient castle. And it was blah blah blah when the lion escaped from its cage. It was very scared. That means terrified. Check your answer, please. Okay, I'll pass this exercise. Look at exercise 6, please. Work with a partner. Ask and answer the question. You will answer the question on your own. What ancient ruins are there in your country? Hangi antik harabe senin ülkende var diye soruyor, benim soruyor. Bu sorulara kendinize göre cevap vereceksiniz. I answer for myself. You will answer for yourself. For example, number 1. Ancient city of Ephesus in my town. There's Ephesus in my town. Number 2, look at question 2. How old are they? Their age doesn't know exactly. How often do you go there? I haven't gone there, but I want to go there immediately. Now you will answer these 3 questions on your own. Okay. I passed this page. Turn the page, please. Language focus was, were, there was, and there were. Firstly, I will explain was, were, and there was, there were before. Then we will do this exercise. Please open your notebook. Write what I said. Burada was, were konusunu there was, there were, yani simple past tense konusunu anlatacağım. O yüzden defterlerinizi açmanızı istiyorum. Yazın dediğim şeyleri de defterinize yazmanızı istiyorum. Where were you at movies? The past tense of be. The past tense of be. We use the past tense to express what happened in the past. You use was, were to express the past of be. You can use time expression. Was, were'ü biz ne zaman kullanıyoruz? Past tense'in geçmiş past tense, yani emizarın geçmiş zaman halinde kullanıyoruz. Ve Was kullanırken de öznelere göre dağılımı var. Bunları da göreceğiz. Yani past tense, we use past tense that happened in the past. We use was were to express the past of be. Şimdi olumlu cümlelere bakalım. Affirmative statements. I was at the movies last night. Geçen akşam neredeydim? Sinemadaydım. He was at the movies last night. She was at the movies last night. And look at negative statements. Olumsuz cümlelere bakalım. I wasn't at the party. He wasn't at the party. And she wasn't at the party. Now, that means we use was and wasn't with the subject pronoun I, he, she. Don't forget that. I, he, she, it. We were bored. You were bored and they were bored. We weren't excited. You weren't excited and they weren't excited. We use were and weren't with the subject pronoun we, you, they. Don't forget that. Now contractions. Contractions means in Turkish kısaltmalar. Was not, wasn't. Were not, weren't. Past tense expressions. Yesterday, the day before yesterday was Sunday, November 1. 3 days ago, there was Saturday, October 31. And last month was October. Now, this is yesterday, the day before yesterday, 3 days ago, and last month. Bizim past time dediğimiz geçmiş zamandaki zaman zarflarımız bunlar. Yesterday, last, ago şeklinde söyleyebiliriz. Now I want from you write these page on your notebook. Firstly write the definition and write all of this in your notebook. Unutmayın, was were emizarın geçmiş zamandaki halidir. Yani past tense'deki halidir. Biz was ve were'ü emizardaki olduğu gibi durum cümlelerinde kullanıyoruz. Durum cümlelerini ifade ederken kullanıyoruz. Bunları unutmayın. Was were emizarın to be fiilinin past tense halidir. Now I'll pass this page. In question form, we use was were at the beginning of the sentences, then we use subject pronoun, then object, then time expression. Were you at the movies last night? In short answer, yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Was the movie a comedy? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Were your parents at home? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. Don't forget that we use was, were at the beginning of the sentences, then we use subject, then we use object, and the last one is time expression. Ne yapıyoruz question'larda? Was, were'ü başta kullanıyoruz. Öznemiz you olduğu için were'ü kullandık. Öznemiz the movie olduğu için, aslında it olduğu için was'ı kullandık. Ve öznemiz your parents aslında they olduğu için were'ü kullandık. Sonra was ve were'den sonra özneler, nesne ve last night dediğimiz time expression. Kısa cevap vermek istersek ise yine was were ile cevap veriyoruz. Olumluysa yes I was. For example, were you at the movies last night? Yes I was. No I wasn't. Was the movie a comedy? Yes it was. No it wasn't. Were your parents at home? Yes they were. No they weren't. In WH question, WH question'larda ne yapıyorduk? WH question'ları yine başta kullanıyorduk. Sonra was were'ü getiriyorduk. Sonra öznemiz, sonra ise nesnemiz. Complement şeklinde. Where were you this morning? I was at school. When was she at the mall on Friday? Who were you with? My boyfriend and his brother. Who was at the party? All my classmates. How was the party? Awesome. Parti nasıldı? Harikaydı. Sorry for that. Now you write this table in your notebook, please. Okay, I close this page and open the other page. Don't forget that we use WH question at the beginning of the sentences, then was or were, and subject and complement. That means also object. Why was he hungry? Where were you yesterday? When was he nervous? Who were those people? There was and there were. There was and there were at the past simple forms of there is and there are. Biz daha önce there is ve there are'ı öğrenmiştik. İkisi de vardır anlamına geliniyordu. There is tekillerde, there are çoğullarda kullanıyordu. There was ve there were ise bunun geçmiş zamandaki hali. Yani there was vardı, there were de vardı anlamına geliyor. There was tekillerde, there were ise çoğullarda kullanılıyor. Yani there is ve there are'ın past tense, geçmiş zamandaki halleri diyoruz biz buna. Bunları unutmayın. Singular form'a bakalım. There was a cinema here in the 1980s. Diyor bu olumlu cümlede, tekilli olumlu cümlede. Burada 1950'lerde bir sinema vardı. There were 3 shops here. Burada 3 tane shops, dükkan, alışveriş marketi vardı demek istiyor. In negative form, look at the negative form. There wasn't a cinema here in the 1980s. There weren't any shops here. Look at here. Question form. Was there a cinema in here in 1980s? Yeah. Were there any shops? Yes, there was. No, there wasn't. Yes, there were. No, there weren't. Burada önemli olan bilmeniz gereken tek şey şu. Was ve were'ı nerede kullanacağınız? There was ve there were neyin past hali olduğunu bilmeniz gerekiyor. Tekil ve çoğullarda kullanım biliyorsunuz zaten. Soru cümlelerinde yine was there ya da were there şeklinde olacak. Was there ise tekilden bahsediyor. Were there ise soru cümlesinde çoğul bir soru cümlesinden bahsediyor. Zaten shops burada S takısını almış. Kısa cevap verirken yes there was, no there wasn't ya da yes there were, no there weren't şeklinde cevap vermenizi istiyorum. Bu there was ve there were konusunu defterinize yazıyorsunuz. Bu konuyla ilgili çünkü alıştırmalar da çözeceğiz. Okay. I'll show one more time again. Don't forget in affirmative form, yani positive statements. I was, you were, he, she, it was, we, you, they were. Negative form, I was not or I wasn't, you were not or you weren't, he, she, it was not or wasn't, you, we, you, they were not or weren't. Question form, we use was, were at the beginning of the sentences. Was I, were you, was he, was she, was it, were we, were you, and were they. In short answer, for example, was I late? Yes, you were. No, you weren't. Were you sick? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Was he? Was he surprised? Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. Was it a big house? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Were you? Were we ready? Yes, we were. No, we weren't. Were they busy? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. Okay, I pass our exercises. Before we will do this exercise about was were, I finished my lesson. Please write was were subjects in your notebook. If you don't understand, please inform me. This subject is very important in English. Thank you for listening to me. See you our next lesson. Bugünkü dersimizde işlediğiniz buzzword konusuyla ilgili bütün gösterdiklerimi, yazın dediklerimi defterinize yazmanızı istiyorum. Buzzword noktasında anlamadığınız şeyler olabilir. Bu konuda beni bilgilendirmenizi, bana sormanızı istiyorum. Ben size gerekli açıklamaları yapacağım. Beni dinlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Bir dahaki dersimizde görüşmek üzere.